don't. Um, no, I did not. Somebody had mentioned on a video of mine that we had 4 active here, which is news to me. Definite news to me. I did not know that an officer was killed here. I'll have to look into that. I've been kind of all over the place, um, doing other things and whatnot. So I will. I'll look into it. It's amazing what you don't even hear in your own town. Like, let alone expecting anybody else to hear anything about anything. Which again is why I was posting stuff. So Fancy just got a hold of me. Hey, Fancy just got a hold of me and was talking about these crime scene photos and how there's a couple things that are weird in them. And I was like, like whatever. But I started looking at the photos, and the blanket is really perplexing me. Now she knows she's doing the whole pillow thing. She's got the pillow thing better than I do. I'm a little confused on the pillows. I get it, but I'm a little confused about 2 of them, so I don't want to go too deep into the pillow thing. But the blanket thing is weird. The blanket thing is hella weird, and I don't really understand how you can have such inaccuracies between not even just the photos, but the actual supplemental report as well. The supplemental report is having the blanket down at marker 19 at the left foot of the bed, where marker 17 had a blanket, hanging down over the bed. And there was not a blanket hanging over marker 19, but more importantly, that blanket was not even there originally. It was not even there. It was actually up by her head and no evidence marker. And I'm trying to figure out why the hell you would move a piece of evidence, and once you move it, decide to put a evidence marker on it and then notate it in your supplemental report of where this blanket was when it wasn't there. There's pillows that Fancy can go into because, like I said, she understands it a little bit better than I do. I mean, I get it, but there, like, again, there's 2 pillows that I'm a little foggy on. So this is Dee Dee's crime scene. For Dee Dee's crime scene, Amy and Fancy were looking at the crime scene, and I was getting ready to hit the live button. Like, I had it all ready to go. It was 1:04. I got up to go to the bathroom real quick, and when I came back, I saw I had a text message, and the text message said, "We're going over the crime scene photos, and something isn't right." And I'm like, all right, cool. So I've been on the phone for the past hour, which I think is why YouTube jacked up, is because I tried to start the live an hour ago, and it just sat there. Which now YouTube is working. If you guys prefer YouTube, YouTube is up now. It's going. So, no, the guy, we have not found the shooter here. He's still running around doing his thing. We've not found him yet. But it's weird to me that you can just move shit around a crime scene, put evidence markers on it wherever the hell you want to have it, and then put it on there. Did anyone get shot? Oh my god. Well, it doesn't matter what I think. Realistically, it doesn't matter what I think about where he is, because he's either in the forest or he's not. He's either dead or he's not, or he's gone or he's not. I mean, we can sit here and guess all day, but guessing ain't going to do shit. The reality is it's been 10 plus days. It's 10 or 11 days at this point, and we don't know where he is. And I think it's going to stay that way, because I can tell you right now that motherfucker's not just chilling in the forest. Okay, he's just not. So at that point, either he fucked off out of there or he's dead, which I don't believe he is. Just because he wrote in the text message that he was going to do that does not mean he actually did it. It means that he wants us to think that he is. And a lot of people do. Thank you, Susan. I'm not going to keep repeating myself. So Like every time I answer it, the next person comes in and asks. I'm not going to keep repeating myself. It's going to get really redundant if I keep repeating myself. So, yeah, there was a somebody missing. I don't know if they found her or not. Somebody sent it to me. Somebody was missing in my county. This is, I mean, people go missing all the time, and then they usually find them. I mean, that's just normal. I mean, in my old hometown, people would go missing. You know, we have a missing persons case out of my hometown that is bizarre, really, really bizarre. Like one minute he was, there. He was a 16-year-old kid, and I think it was 1996. Um, he was there, and then he was gone, and they've never found him. And he's one of the longest missing people in that area, and there's never been any evidence of anything. They've never found him. They've never found his remains. And there's like a whole crazy story that goes along with it. Um, I mean, people go missing all the time. If you don't care, fuck off. Um, I don't think it's so much the fact that they let the Kentucky guy get away. I think he outsmarted them. When you have, a large amount of resources and you are literally pissing them away in a small area instead of, branching out, I definitely think that he essentially just outsmarted the cops here. Yeah, okay. Yeah, well, the crime scene photos don't make sense anyways, but this particular video I just put up about the crime scene makes zero sense. Zero. None. It's irrefutable. Like if any particular creators want to try to argue this fucking fact, I showed the photos of it. Because while all of us armchair detectives can basically guess and theorize and whatever, this photo cannot be theorized. It cannot be guessed at. This is fact. These are the photos. This is a supplemental report, and it don't match up. It don't match up. The cops had nothing to do with the victims. EMTs had to do with the victims. And we had a lot of people at the scene. They could have absolutely spread out. They could have absolutely done what normal cops do. And not to mention, we had a insane amount of police coverage here within a very short time. A very short time. We had surrounding police jurisdictions. We had the state police. I mean, it literally happened maybe 2 miles from the state police is literally about 2 miles from the crime scene. Uh, we had all the resources here, and there was zero reason that they dropped the ball the way they did. There's zero reason why they decided to wait fucking days, a day or two or whatever, to bring in the dogs that should have been brought in immediately. I keep hearing the same bullshit theory that, well, they were worried that he was going to shoot the dogs. Then why do they do them in every other case? Every other case, they bring in the bloodhounds and they go chase the scent. But suddenly, majestically and magically, in my hometown, they just decided, you know what? We're just going to let him go. We're just going to let him go. We're just going to let him do his thing. And in a couple days, when he still has his gun, mind you, because he didn't put it down for 5 or 6 days, they brought the dogs in 2 or 3 days in when he still had the gun. So if you want to use the rhetoric that, well, they didn't bring in the dogs because he had a gun, they brought in the dogs while he had the gun. So that's a crock of shit. Honestly, they botched it. They just did. And now we have some guy somewhere that we don't know where. I don't think we're gonna know for a very long time, if ever. Um, it wasn't too heavy to carry around. My theory is that he put the gun down as a good faith gesture. Is what that's just what I'm doing. Yeah, you can't wait him out. Okay, that is the dumbest shit ever. That is the dumbest shit ever. What are you gonna do? The national forest. You have to understand the national. We live. My entire town is covered by Daniel Boone National Forest. Okay. It's to the south of us, the north of us, the west of us, the east of us. It runs through town, out of town, next to town. I can literally walk to it if I was in shape. It's right down the road. Okay. What you're not going to do is wait out somebody, put your entire faith of everything in a mile radius, maybe 2 mile radius of a 770,000 acre forest. But you're just going to hang out by exit 49 because that's where you saw him last. That don't even make sense. That don't even make sense. If he had a go bag with, apparently from word around town anyway, word around town is he bought 30 pounds of jerky before he left. And jerky is a ration that stays good for some time. He is familiar with the area, so he may know where a freshwater source is. He may have, taken a canteen to where he can find fresh water. He may have packed his go bag with some water. I don't know. But in the end, if you just sit around a 2 mile area and hope he's behind a tree, like one of the fucking statements they put out is they think he's behind a tree somewhere. Laurel Lake, yeah, I mean, ish, but that's really not drinking water unless he has purification tablets. If he had purification tablets, that'd be different. I wouldn't drink Laurel Lake water. And I mean, it's there, it's close, but it's not right there. It's close. I mean, could he make it there? Yeah. But if he's got 30 pounds of jerky and he has a water source, could he? Or life straws, whatever. My point is, could he still be in the area? Sure. Is he in that exact area they're looking at? Highly doubtful, in my opinion. Highly doubtful. They literally have been focusing all of their resources on this tiny area, which is a waste. It's a waste. He probably did plan, and he probably, from what I understand from family and friends, he knows that area very, very well. He knows that area very well. Lily, I don't think that. I don't think that personally. I mean, and that could be the case, but I don't think it. I think honestly, he dropped the gun as a good faith measure of essentially, no, that is an actual statement from the actual, it was in an actual statement that they think he's behind a tree somewhere. That was done, I think, day 4 or 5, that they think he's behind a tree. Yeah, I read it with my own 2 eyes. I think he did it as good faith of, I'm putting my gun down. I'm no longer a threat, and I'm going to fuck off into the other direction. That's what I think. Because in the Army, you're nothing without your weapons. So I think he gave it as a good faith gesture of, I'm not going to shoot anybody else. Let me go. You have questions about Sarah? Which Sarah and why? You can ask him. I don't know if I'm going to answer them. Yeah, there's hundreds of thousands of trees for sure. We're talking about a lot of things. We're talking about that. We're talking about the fact that the crime scene makes no fucking sense with the photos I just put up that you cannot argue. You can go ahead and try. You're going to sound like a fucking idiot. When I can show that blanket has moved with an evidence marker, you're not, if you argue that, you're a fucking idiot. You can ask, no name, no face, but, I don't know how much I'm going to tell you, but you can go ahead and ask. I mean, I'd be a lot more willing to speak on something if I don't know, you were a person that was not hiding behind a fake account. Did I put up crime scene photos? I did, of the 3 that I was talking about. Your name is Alyssa. Good job. I don't know why you're on a fake account. You can go ahead and ask whatever. I'll let you know if I'm going to answer it or not. My dog is down there snoring. Holy crap. So anyways, that's not the only crime scene photo that's fucked up. There's more crime scene photos that we found that are fucked up. I'm letting Fancy handle the whole pillow. blanket thing. Because again, I understand it, but there is two pillows I get confused. So and so I don't have to feel like a complete idiot. I'm gonna let her do it. But the blanket thing that irritated me. I was like, I'm putting a video up about the blanket. She's like, well, I'm doing one about the pillows. I said, okay, cool. Um, yeah, no, she's down here snoring her fucking head off. What's my opinion about the pictures? That this crime scene was tampered with. There's things in that crime scene that are not notated in the supplemental report, and there's things in the supplemental report that don't match the crime scene. Because I sat the other day for an hour and a fucking half reading that supplemental report from top to fucking bottom, all 100 plus pages of it, and there is shit in that supplemental report that don't make no goddamn sense compared to the goddamn crime scene photos. There is blood that does not have evidence markers. There's all sorts of stuff. Um, the autopsy says she has marks on her gown. Yeah, on the back. Hello. What do you hold on? Hold on. What do you think about one low to 10 being high? Is R. Anderson the baby daddy? I'm just going with a 5. I'm just going with a 5. It is or it ain't. You know, a lot of this, a lot of things lately are, you know, conjecture across the board with a lot of things. And I'm as much as I love to theorize, I don't really enjoy guessing games. Um, it's real simple. She could have got she could have actually had the sex done in the womb. She could have done it at any point. She can do it at any point right now, and is back maybe a month ago. I'm not exactly sure how long, but she's able to get that baby paternity test now. She chooses not to. I'm sure that this will make it on another this will make it on another live, I'm sure. But she could absolutely go get that baby's DNA tested. If you want to talk about price being a factor, fuck you. Take your blood money and go get it. Money's not a factor, period. Um, just do it and get it done with, in my opinion. Now, that being said, also, she could be just damn set sure it's not because there's no way. Um, well, no, you cannot sign a birth certificate without having a paternity test done if you are married. That's not going to happen. Ken cannot sign that birth certificate unless he is proven to be the father because she is married to Ryan. Matter of fact, Ryan will go on the birth certificate until proven otherwise. So it doesn't matter what she's trying to make Ken do. Legally, it can't be done. So the only way he's going to end up on that birth certificate is if it is scientifically proven he is the dad. Now, again, she may not be getting the test that she could absolutely be getting because she is dead set sure it's his. One thing that you have to remember is while any of us could guess what happened between the three of them, none of us know what happened between the three of them. So one reason that I think a lot of people don't think about or forget, and by the way, this is gonna give credence to the Ken theory. One thing that a lot of people forget to do, um, forget to think about is if you think about a marriage and all this, you would say, well, she was with Ryan and then she was with Ken, and obviously there's some lap over. And so it could be either or. Okay, yeah. But also, if Gypsy and Ryan were not intimate in the weeks prior, and she knows that, then she's going to be very adamant that it's not Ryan's. And I mean, while she blessed us with the entire menstrual cycle and conveniently getting pregnant on Star Wars Day, she's a Star Wars fan, don't forget that. She's a Star Wars fan who miraculously got pregnant on Star Wars Day. Um, we don't know the last time they were intimate. And if it was if it was a significant amount of time where it was easy to go, yeah, it's not his. Um, there's also been thoughts of, did she actually take the plan B? Did she cheek it? Did she take the Plan B too late? Um, is she too heavy for the Plan B? Plan B is a tricky pill. It's a tricky pill. If you weigh if you weigh a certain portion, it won't work. If you don't do it within a time frame, it won't work. I know it was what, like, you can take it for up to 3 days. I think she took it on like day 2. Um, so Plan B is not a fail safe, always going to happen, always going to work. So if she took it and it didn't work, yes, it could be Ryan's. If she was intimate with Ryan in a time frame that would work, yes, it could be Ryan's. If she was not intimate with Ryan for a month prior, um, it would not be Ryan's. So the problem is that we have a lot of if, and we don't know. The only thing that we know at this point, and we technically don't know, is, we're taking her word of, this is when me and Ken were intimate. Here's where my last period was, and I somehow nailed it down to Star Wars Day. Um, so unfortunately, with the ifs, I just literally just said that. There's nothing to go off of, and that's the problem. You can sit here and think one thing one way or the other. In the end, we're gonna find out, quick enough, whether it is or it isn't. For me, I mean, if she actually does bona fide know, hey, I wasn't with Ryan for a month, um, there would be no pressure for her to get it. If she's having any types of doubts, there would be pressure to get it. But at the same time, if she goes and gets the test, she looks like she's not sure. She looks like she has doubts. So it's very complicated as to getting the test, not getting the test, why you wouldn't get the test, why you would get the test, whether or not Plan B would work or wouldn't work. And that's, a lot of people said that they thought she cheeked it. I don't know. I just know that Plan B is not always 100% effective. I know that she waited till like the end of day 2, which doesn't help. And the fact of her weight, she's not a very large girl. But weight is a factor with Plan B. That's a fact. And I know it works for up to 72 hours. It does. However, it doesn't always work. And also, ovulation is a tricky bunch. And so, I mean, I could give you guys a whole sex lesson right now, but I feel like that'd be a little much. But essentially, I'm going to just take it down to this. If they did stuff, I think she said the 27th, 28th, 29th, and 30th, or 28th, 29th, and 30th, or whatever. I don't know how to put this politely, so I'm just going to open my mouth and say it, and y'all can follow along or don't. Men's juices are active for up to 5 days. Okay, they're active for up to 5 days. So if she did in fact get pregnant when she says on May 4th, Star Wars Day, as a Star Wars fan, it is a crapshoot on the fact of the timing, because if the last day that they had relations was the 30th and she found out on the 4th, that is exactly 5 days. Or not found out on the 4th, but conceived on the 4th. Sorry, my bad. If she conceived on the 4th, like she says she did on Star Wars Day as a Star Wars fan, that is day 5. That is day 5. And that is even if her ovulation is exactly on date. In a perfect world, ovulation is on the 14th day of your 28-day cycle. By the way, before anybody wants to ask why the hell I know this, or how do I know what I'm talking about, or am I pulling shit out of my ass? If you remember correctly, if you've been a follower of mine for 3 years, you will know that for 4 years I tried to get pregnant. And I had to learn things like basal temperature and ovulation cycles and what time to do it and how many times a week to do it and what position to do it in and yada, yada, fucking yada. Okay. So unfortunately, I know entirely too much about this subject. So in a perfect world, you ovulate day 14 of your 28-day cycle in a perfect world. If you have PCOS, you may not ovulate till week 3. You may not ovulate at all. There's a lot of things that can happen if you have PCOS, which I don't know if she has, by the way. There's a lot of factors as to when ovulation occurs. And in order for everything to line up where she says it does on May 4th, there would have to be very, 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 very specific situations. And now I don't know when she said I would have to look. I don't care to look. So I'm just going to throw this out there because I'm not entirely sure of the first date. But essentially, if she found out she was pregnant, if she conceived on the 4th and they had relations the 27th, 28th, 29th, and 30th, or they're in those dates. I know the last day was the 30th. That would be on the last day of the viable juices. Okay, that's when they stop being viable, is 5 days after they happen. And your ovulation has to coincide with that as well. So I did not look. If somebody wants to go pull it up, I can do the math for you real quick. There's a post where she gives the beginning cycle, when they had relations, whatever. If somebody can get me her last menstrual period, I could probably figure out exactly. But in order to get pregnant during ovulation, you have about approximately a 2-day window, a 2-day-ish window. The time it takes for the egg to come out, travel the tube, etc. So she would have to be in a perfect world where she ovulated on day 14. She would have from day 14 to 16 for the egg to actually turn into a embryo. I do not know, because again, I did not look. I did not expect to have this conversation. What her LMP was. So if I knew her LMP, that would help. But yeah, so getting pregnant is actually a pretty complex process. Body wise, like I know most y'all just lay down, spread them, and you end up popping out a kid 9 months later. Kudos for you. That's not how it is for everybody. Some of us actually had issues where we had to do insane things with medications, timings, temperature takings, mucus settings, taking Robitussin. There's all sorts of things that can happen while you are attempting to do this. So, vitamins, obviously. Yes, I literally just said 5 days after. I love when I say something and then like 3 minutes later, somebody regurgitates it back to me like I didn't just say that. Another thing that was weird, is her saying that she went to the doctor to help get pregnant. That is not, if she did, okay, let's do it this way. I'm not going to say she didn't. If she went to go see a doctor about getting pregnant, there is general rules that happen with fertility doctors, okay, or people attempting to help the process. I'm trying to do this as blanketed as possible. Now, could she have went to a doctor who's a sack of shit? Yes. possibility. But what I can tell you is this: when she said, and I'm not exactly sure the quote, okay, and I'm prefacing all of this, okay, from my understanding, she sought medical help about getting pregnant. One, I'm trying to say this as nicely as possible. One, no, she didn't. Or two, she had a shitty doctor. There's no other ways to do this, because in standard reproductive health, when you go to seek a doctor under under a certain age, which I think she was above the age, but it's still not going to work out, by the way. They don't help you until you have actively tried for 6 months at a young age, or sorry, when you are of a good fertile place. They will not help you in any way, shape, or form until you have been trying for a year. Once you are reaching the more geriatric pregnancy stage, they will help you after 6 months. But what you have to be able to show is that you have been actively trying active measures for a year before a doctor will consider looking at you to put you on things like Clomid or ovulation medication. And by trying to get pregnant, that doesn't just mean me and my boyfriend fuck like rabbits. That's not how this works. That's when you are going to seek out for a doctor, you have to do very specific things in a very specific way before they consider that counting. Also, fun fact for anybody trying to get pregnant here, fun fact, just so you know, if you fuck every day, you're not going to get pregnant. A lot of people, if you're having a problem getting pregnant, by the way, don't fuck every day. Don't do that. It dilutes. If you're trying to get pregnant, what you want to do, I can tell you how to get pregnant. It worked for me. I just couldn't hold them. I have luteal phase defect. So out they went. You want to do it every other day so it can replenish correctly. So it's every other day if you're trying to get pregnant. Just FYI, I thought I'd throw that nice little tidbit out there for you. Also, if you can manage to find your ovulation through things like mucus and things like that, you want to start 2 days before your ovulation cycle. 5 days, technically, if you want to do the whole 5 spermless for 5 days thing. You want to do 5 days before your cycle and 5 days after your cycle. You have a 10-day window of which it can be in your system, but only 2 days that the egg actually comes down and does anything. So yeah, no, there's a lot that goes into it. A lot. I was put on ovulation medication that did not work. They won't keep you on it very long. And I was on it. It didn't work for me. So it was a complete crapshoot. No matter what we did, it was a complete crapshoot. So I did, get knocked up a few times, but, never worked. So thank God. To be honest, thank God. Some of God's greatest gifts are unanswered prayers in the great workings of Garth Brooks. Don't be sorry. Don't be sorry. I have realized a lot as I've gotten older, and not a baby fan. They only let me for 3 months because it wasn't working. They said there was no point. Sometimes getting pregnant resets you to where you can get pregnant again fairly quickly. Yeah. Looking back now, I realize I knew when I tried to get pregnant that I didn't like babies, but my husband wanted one, and you're married, so you don't really, you try to do something to make your significant other happy. So I tried. I think my body was just like, nope. But unfortunately, because I was trying for 3 or 4 years, I know entirely too much about the situation. So, however, as I said, if she, you're hilarious. Your mother should have swallowed you. Anyway, if she was not intimate with Ryan in the weeks or month prior, it's Ken's. Period. It's Ken's. I mean, only she knows who she's been in bed with. And nobody can really guess because we don't know, because you can't, I mean, taking her word isn't going to work. And y'all weren't in her bedroom, so you don't have eyewitness accounts. So, I mean, very simply, if she was not intimate with Ryan for, 3 weeks to a month prior, it's Ken's. Just because they were married does not mean they were intimate. Just FYI, especially because they were having issues. So they could have stopped being intimate, weeks in her getting home for all anybody knows. I know that there was supposedly some pregnancy tests that were sent to him, etc. But, you know, um, at this point, who can you believe of anything at this point, to be honest? Were they or weren't they sent to him? I don't know. Is there proof? I have no idea. I haven't paid attention, to be honest. My thing is this: if she's pregnant, her bump went away, but she's pregnant. I'm pretty sure she didn't fake the ultrasound that was at the doctor's office. I'm pretty sure that they would get their license yanked for putting out a fake ultrasound. But hi. But she knows and we don't. And while she could, do an amnio type procedure that would get her the results right now, um, if she knows, there's no point. And if she's doing it just to shut up public opinion, um, if she truly does know, then that's pointless. If she has any type of doubt in her head, um, she could just do it and be done. I've heard something about the fact of, well, it's expensive. Well, you have blood money from your mama's death. Go use that. It's not that expensive. It's not that expensive. It's a couple $100. You can handle it. I promise you. Um, well, the one thing that I will say about baby bumps is there was a time I've shown you guys my daughter when she was pregnant at 12 weeks. She had and it was not baby bloat. She had a full on baby bump that looked like she was 6 months pregnant. Okay. And then a little bit down the road, around 18 weeks, she flattened the fuck out. Like she just looked chunky. Like there was the baby bump had like significantly flattened. So there are women who A will show extremely late, B show up and then kind of flatten out, C never fucking show till the goddamn baby's born. So the guessing about the bump for me is that's not even a thing for me, because there are people, I mean, the people who have cryptic pregnancies who swear they didn't know they were pregnant, they gain 10 pounds, the baby's all up in your freaking up here, and you never even look pregnant at all. Um, so when people are like, oh, she doesn't look pregnant, some people don't. Again, I don't think for any stretch of the imagination that place she went to is going to fake a ultrasound. I mean, they would lose all credibility. They would lose all clientele, especially because people know what hold on. If they weren't in Louisiana and weren't required to have DNA, you could see, right? I don't know what that even means. Yeah, lost weight with her she lost 7 pounds. She had hypergravitas. I don't think I said that right. Anyway, the where you puke all the time. She lost like 7 pounds her first trimester. By the end of the pregnancy, she only gained a total of 35 pounds. So, no, that's a lot to some people, by the way. My mom gained 60. So, I mean, everybody's different. Hypermesis. Thank you. There's a gravitas word in there too. Anyway, hypermesis. There's a gravitas something in there too somewhere. I don't know what just blew up in my fucking house, but something fell. I should probably go check. Last time I didn't check, they ate everything out there. Hold on 1 second. I'll be back in 2 seconds. What are you doing? Whatever you are doing, stop. And why is your bowl in the middle of the living room? I was looking for that earlier. All right. You used to watch us when she was pregnant? Hold on. Thank you. That's the word I was trying to think of. Hypermesis gravidorium. I knew there was a grab of something in there. Now, if it's Ken's, there ain't gonna be a is Ryan gonna be involved? If it's Ken's. Gypsy and Ryan are not on good terms. Ken can father his own baby. I'm not really seeing where Ryan would be involved at all. If it's Ryan's, I think Ken might fuck off into the sunset. Personally, he was going to get a get out of jail free card, and maybe he'll fuck off into the sunset. Maybe he won't. Who knows? It's all just guessing. Everything is guessing. But do I think that she's pregnant just because there was a live ultrasound? Yeah. If she was just showing pictures and the bump was going up and down, I'd probably be like, yeah, maybe not. But she had a live ultrasound at a reputable place of business. They're not going to put their entire license on the line or their clientele. So I'm pretty sure they're not going to make that shit up. So I'm super wondering why people are very hung up on that. I think if she had somehow lost the baby, I'm pretty sure she would say something, because when it comes around to be 9 or 10 months and there's fucking nothing, she's going to have a lot of explaining to do. So, more than likely, I'm just going to lay this out here. More than likely, she's pregnant by Ken, only stemming from the fact of her and Ryan were having problems, and maybe she wasn't. But she did also say that she slept with him at the end of February. That would make the baby significantly farther along than conceiving on May 4th. I mean, that would be a month earlier. So the baby comes early. I guess the good thing for the public media, anyways, I guess the good thing for public media is they're going to require a DNA test because, she's an adulterer. So, and yes, she's an adulterer. She was fucking him or fucking with him before they were not married anymore. And she was fucking with him, not physically, while they were married and not separated. So, right. Now, if it's Ryan's, he's obviously going to have to be part of the child's life. I think he would. I think he would be a part of the child's life. Having to deal with her for the next 18 years would make me want to spoon my eyes out, but that's just me. So, I mean, I've never watched anything of Ryan's to know what type of person he is. I've never watched a live. I've never watched a video. The most I ever seen was a clip of him showing his refrigerator. I watched one episode of The Life After Lockup. So I have zero idea what type of guy he is. Zero. I think he'd file for custody, and I think he should if it's his. Just saying. It's my view. There's a lot of reasoning behind that. Not just because people don't like her or whatever. There's reasons that he could absolutely apply for custody and possibly get it. He has an established place of residence that is his own and not with parents. He has a actual job and not a up and down social media career. She does have a trust fund, and she does get book deals, etc. So I mean, there is ways that he could apply. I don't know if he would necessarily get it. They do like to keep babies with their mothers, but maybe he does. Like I said, I have zero idea. I don't watch him. So I don't know if what he feels about her or doesn't feel about her. I don't pay attention. Well, yeah, I mean, he does have a real job and Ken doesn't. So I mean, but that would be moot because if it's his kid, he would be fighting Gypsy, not Ken. So it doesn't matter. He should be hurt. He should be furious. I don't if what y'all are saying are accurate, is accurate. I don't understand how he's not furious. Um being cheated on, having it shoved in his face on a weekly basis, um having an article out in People magazine that makes you sound like an abuser. I would be furious. So, I mean, that's me. That's not everybody else. Um, but I don't understand that there's not more anger. Or there's anger behind closed doors, too. You have to also remember that. He may be putting on a different public face than a private face. Unfortunately, when you live in the spotlight, you kind of have to do that. Um, I am a tiny content creator, and I've had to do that. There are plenty of times where I did not feel like I wanted to go live that day. I was having a bad day. I'd had horrible things happen that day. And I had to get on here and act like everything was fine. Because if not, you have people saying you're weak or you have victim mentality or you can't hack it. You can't handle things. So when you are in any type of, media spotlight, you kind of learn what to put out and what not to put out. And he's in a much bigger spotlight. So he may be internalizing a lot of it and dealing with it behind closed doors for all we know. I'm good. How are you? So, well, that's what happens, Alexi, is people go after your job. And apparently somebody called his job. Shocker. I know who else calls jobs. Can you please stop rubbing your snotty little nose all over my arms that I just took a bath? Can you please stop that? I love you, but you're drooling on me and it's not very nice. I do not know what they are playing with out there or breaking, but I'm not getting up again. Whatever they broke can stay broke. I think they're playing with a Kong. Kong's in here. I don't know what they're playing with. But anyway. So in the end, we'll find out when the test comes back. Or we won't. For all, let's just throw it this way. Realistically, realistically, they don't have to tell us. It's not going to be public record. They're going to get a piece of paper that says you are or you are not the father. They could absolutely make a deal with Ryan to keep it on the DL that he's the dad. It'd be hard, but it could be done. It could be hard, but it could be done. So, I mean, technically, no. I mean, we don't have to know. It's not our technical business, though we like to all think it is. It's technically not our business, and they technically don't have to say shit. Oh yeah, it'll be out. She'll get that piece of paper. It'll be out in like 5 seconds. Don't get me wrong, but um, technically, they wouldn't have to. They blow everything. I agree. They're gonna get that paper and I've never seen Ken's mom. I have no idea. I know that she was just on Morbid's panel recently, I guess. And the only thing that I know about her, the only thing I know about her is that she said that Gypsy made a little mistake and that she made a Facebook post congratulating some girl for killing her captor. That more abusers needed to be unalived. So it doesn't shock me that Ken decided to reach out to a bitch in prison who killed her mom. Ugh, hope that isn't foreshadowing, Jesus. Because I mean, you're a product of the environment you grow up in, and if she thinks it's perfectly okay to do that kind of shit, that's why he thinks it's okay to do that kind of shit, defends it and everything else. Buddy, you're driving me nuts. So that's what I'm saying, Lexi. Like, run. For sure. Hello. No, ma'am. So, if it's not his, fucking cut and run, dude. Ryan, not Ken. Here's the deal. If it is Ryan's and Ken steps up, good for him. Good for him. That's what blended families do. They get step parents, and there's nothing wrong with that. If he decided to step up and be like, I accept you, I accept the baby, this isn't going to be an issue, good for him. Good for him. According to her, she had oodles of people writing her in prison and somehow just managed to pick out Ryan and Ken and some other guy in between, I believe. Hello, Aussie. What do you want? For the love of Christ, come here. Come here. Come here. Come here. Not you. What is wrong with you? I am literally talking to your brother. I'm literally talking to your brother, and you are putting your wet chin hair all over me. Why do you have to put your wet chin hair all over me? And now Buddy wants up. I can't hold both of you at the same time. I can barely hold this one. She's big. Can you get your nose out of my mouth? Christ. If you want to be up here, be up here, but stop sticking your nose in my mouth. This one's Pepper. Pepper's like 5 times the size of Buddy. This is Pepperoni. She the rooniest of peppies. She is a Chihuahua, though. Can you believe it? This fucking monstrosity is mostly Chihuahua. Peppy Rooney. Can you look at the camera? Can you look at the camera? Yeah. Yeah. She wants to be touched all the time. Is it hard to keep up with the fish tanks? It can get annoying, but I mean, it's not awful. So yesterday, by the way, I did an extensively long live. Not an assault to her, Pepper. Ow, because I'd be a ghosty. I did an extensively long live yesterday. If you've not watched it, you only have to watch like 2 hours of it for real. All right, get down. All right, get down. Go on. I gave you your pets. Thank you. Buddy, come here. No, this tiny thing is. Oh, this tiny thing is Buddy. That big monstrosity is Pepper. This is Buddy. Can you, for the love of God, keep your tongue inside the vehicle? Just keep your tongue inside the vehicle. Keep your tongue inside the vehicle. Get down. Oh, for the love of Christ. All right. Yeah, pick him up and never fails. He's like, bleh. It's like a frog. Um, um, the little one is I don't know, he's a fucking chug dachshund, I think. Um, the hairball is a fucking disaster. She's everything. She's a Chihuahua Maltese Yorkie Poodle Dachshund Beagle and Tahitian street dog. Her parents got around, I can tell you that. Buddy, I'm not picking you up. He's like, but you barely held me. Yes, because you couldn't keep your tongue in your mouth, weirdo. No, Pepper's not very loud. Buddy's loud. The little one, he's noisy. He's noisy. Hi, Bronxy. Bronxy dinosaur. Bronxy dinosaur. Come here, baby. Come here. Oh, don't jump when I'm picking you up, silly. Yeah, you don't jump when I'm picking you up. I'll stab you in your ribs. Good Lord. I go to pick him up and he's like, meh. Gonna make people think I'm ripping your legs off, dude. My beagle is awful. I have two beagle blue heeler mixes, and they are Satan incarnate. Satan incarnate. You just watch until it's watch till you get bored, and then just turn it off. I got sidetracked. Just watch till you get bored. Maybe it's 10 minutes. Maybe it's 2 hours. I don't know. How many licks does it take to get to the center of the Tootsie Pop? How many, Bronxy? How many, Bronxy? How many, Bronxy? How many you think? How many you think? What do you think? What do you think? What do you think? Healers are Satan. Blue healers are awful. That was a very expensive decision. She has ruined my entire fucking house. Sissy nudes. Come here. Come here, Sissy. Sissy. Come here. They know I'm on my bed. I ain't doing shit. No, mine are blue heeler beagles. Two batshit fucking dogs. Come here, baby. Ooh, the problem is getting him up that last little hike that I pinched his leg when I was hauling him up here for the Can you stop oinking in my ear? That when I pinched his little side when I was trying to pull him up this last part because I was trying to avoid the deck so he wouldn't hit his head. So instead I pinched his arm. Can you breathe, please? Snort. 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 9. All 4 of these have Chihuahua in them. All 4 of them have Chihuahua. Ma'am, can you breathe normally, please? Jesus Christ. All 4 of these have Chihuahua. And then Riley and Sydney, the Beagle Blue Healers, they also have Chihuahua. So many Chihuahuas. Good night, Daphne. Are you okay? You are snorting a lot. I have no idea. I haven't heard anything about that. Maybe I should Google it. Unfortunately, news does not get around this town at all. So, like, you guys found out about it and I didn't because I haven't been on TikTok. Ma'am, I haven't been on TikTok almost at all today, so. Chihuahua mixed with lab. Jesus Christ. Thank God the lab was his mother or could have got stuck in the birth canal. I love you. Oh, you. All right. Oh, don't fall. Don't fall. I'm going to see if I can find anything on that. Give me a second. I have to get him up in 20 25 minutes. I have to take him to work today. I'm going to go to the gym after I drop him off. Fine. No, I don't need to do that. I don't care. No. I reset my iPad and now it's like, do you want a Siri? No, I do not. Do you want FaceTime? Not really. All right, hold on. Where is my Chrome app? That's not fine. Let's do it that way. Because like 5 people have asked me about this, and oh my god, don't sign in. Make default in settings. Make default app. Hold on, I have to fix this. Chrome. I fucking hate Safari. Okay, there we go. All right, Chrome. Laurel County Police officer died. What? Let's click that. That's interesting. All right. Okay, well, this is Russell County. This isn't, people are saying it happened in my county. I'm looking at the wrong one. But this happened, there was a Russell County that was helping look for a KSP search when the suspect took off on foot. Gunshots were exchanged, and both men died. So that's not my county. Oh, that's the right one? Yeah, that's not my county. No. I don't even know where Russell County is. So that has nothing to do with my county. There is somebody got found guilty of a person in my county August 8th, but it was just it was in Russell County, so that's not my county. Yeah, somebody came on my videos and they're like, oh yeah, we have 4 active shooters. No, the fuck we do not. No, we do not. It's on the other side of Somerset. Okay, yeah, I don't go that way very often. Oh, Laurel County posted it to their Facebook. Okay, that makes sense. You're not the only person to point this out to me. Like, I've had like 6 people be like, oh, what about? No. But yeah, somebody said that we had 4 active shooters. I'm like, no, the fuck we do not. This is why social media drives me insane, because people will put out anything and everybody's stupid enough to believe it. One thing that social media lacks in vast amounts is common fucking sense and the ability to fact check anything. Dude, I literally put up a video today. Not even kidding. Not even kidding. I put up a video today or yesterday about JD Vance literally saying he would make up stories so they could be relevant. And I literally had people commenting on it. He didn't say that. Bitch, I just showed you the video. What do you mean he didn't say it? Because his lips were moving. The words were matching. So I don't know what you mean that he didn't say that, because he fucking did. People will argue with anything. It does not matter how much proof you have of anything. I have went through this my entire social media situation. Everything from the bullshit with my kid that people didn't believe me she was like that, to like put out her fucking mugshot. People that believed whatever, these fucking idiots talking about my husband. No matter how much proof you give people, there will be people with the IQs of tuna fish that will not listen. They refuse to listen. They are so hell-bent on their reality that they refuse to live in ours. People drive me insane. Like, here's the deal. I'm a very fluid person. Like, I'm set in my ways, but if you show me something and say, "Hey, here's some new info for you." I'm going to listen. If it means that I'm wrong, if it means I have to retract, if it means I have to take information down, if it means I have to take videos down, if it means I have to make a public statement saying, "Hey, guess what? I found something out different." I'm going to do it. That's scientific process. You should evolve as your facts change. Um, People who refuse to be intelligent enough to hear facts, process them, and realize, hey, you know what? Maybe I didn't know everything. Unfortunately, that is very, very rare anymore. People are just, I'm right, I'm right, I'm right. Does not matter. Sky is purple. I am right. People do not understand humility. They do not understand accountability. They do not understand fucking common sense. They just don't. People just don't. I've changed my mind on many of things. I've changed my mind on many of things. If somebody shows me proof of something, I'm good, but you gotta show me proof. I'm not just gonna listen to you. If you show me proof of something. There was people arguing with me about the goddamn eating cats and dogs thing. No matter how much proof I showed them, that the woman that they are all referencing, all of them reference, there was a body cam. She ate a cat. I saw the body cam. It was on Facebook. It was on YouTube. It was on TikTok. I saw the body cam. Bitch, that is a local from fucking Canton that's not even in Springfield, nor is it a fucking illegal immigrant. No matter how many times, I post that video, no matter how many times I correct people, they will still argue because they want to believe that all these people are bad. They want to believe that America should not have open borders. And what is funny to me, and by the way, I watch my number count drop when I say this. Don't care. One thing that infuriates me about a very large consensus of the American public is them screaming about immigrants. Because 99.99999 of you motherfuckers are not 100% Indian. I did not see what you said. On here just now? I missed. Every one of you motherfuckers. And then you'll get somebody right now, watch. I'm an 8th Indian. Right. Which means you are 7/8 something else, you stupid motherfucker. Well, they came here legally. I am so confused by that. I'm so confused personally. This is just me. This is my hippie rhetoric. I understand. I'm weird. I'm weird. I get it. I fully understand that what I'm about to say is foreign to 99% of you. But I am sorry. I do not understand the concept of gatekeeping a land. I just don't. We literally acquired this land because some dumbass white guys got on a boat, landed on shore, saw people living here, and said, "We discovered this place." The fuck you did. The fuck you did. That is catamount to me literally walking into your house, kicking off my shoes, and saying, "I live here. I discovered it." I don't understand it. I don't. And you can whatever me. I don't care. I'm canceled every other Thursday. I don't give a fuck. I don't understand it. I do not understand it. To me, if I don't care if you swim here from Europe, okay? If you get here and you work and you are whatever, I have no problem with you. I do not care. I don't care. But they come here and they all take up all of our resources. We're taking up our resources too. How is that any different? What? Because we live here and we're taking up all of our resources? Like, They're all being taken up anyway. How about more people, I don't know, get jobs? I don't know. How about they don't let, oh my God, Kentucky drives me insane. Kentucky drives me fucking insane. How about, can you not do that? Can you, the requirements to get aid in Kentucky are the dumbest shit I've ever seen. Dumbest shit I've ever seen. I'm not even playing. Not even playing. I don't understand it. I don't understand. My biggest problem is this. If you want to say that immigrants are bad, fine. If you want to say we need a border wall, fine. Number one, there should be a separate portion. I don't want my tax money going to a fucking border wall. Number one, for the people who want to pay for it, do a GoFundMe. But two, if we're going to border wall, I want a border wall with Canada too. Exactly. A lot of our jobs, the jobs that these people are getting, we don't want anyway. I know the border walls don't work. People, they literally were having competitions to see who could scale them the quickest. They don't work. It was a waste of money. It was a waste of everything. By the way, most people don't come across the border. They come here on a plane and just don't leave. Not a whole lot of them are traipsing through Mexico or going in underground tunnels. A lot of them literally fly in here on a visa and just never leave. Hello. Or are you going to say it again? Because you said, did I see it? And then you didn't say anything. Bye. This isn't an airport. Don't need to hear about your departure. I don't ever care if people unfollow me. I don't give a fuck. I'd rather you follow me because you have some type of the same way thinking that I do. I don't care about numbers. Don't care. And for every person I lose, I gain 2 more. So you're not bothering me. We did. We stole this land and then we gatekeep it from others. That is a weird concept to me. It is a weird concept. We steal the land and then tell everybody else they can't come. It's wild. I don't understand it. I never will. It's not ours to gatekeep. All right. Thanks. My kidnapping claim will be addressed by the court in my next hearing. Well, honestly, just saying. You literally put in your letter thing about it. So they may or may not talk about it, to be honest, because you brought it up, showing that she was being some kind of way of getting you there. I mean, you kind of opened the door with that. So I mean, it may be. Oh, well, then it's not going to be because if they denied it. No, they've not found him. If you've been in the hospital for 2 weeks, you would have found out about him in the hospital. He hasn't been around for 2 weeks. This is like day 11. So if you found out about him in the hospital, it'd be easy to find out about him in the hospital. But no, they did not find him. Well, you're the one who told them about it. They wouldn't have known. Exactly. I will never understand the people who feel the need to tell me they're unfollowing me. I don't care. I don't know. I don't care. You're good. I hope you feel better. Knock it off! Jesus! Sissy noodles. Sissy. Sit. Ma'am. Ma'am. Yeah, I'm not going to beg or argue with people. I'm very of the mind of if you want to go, go. I understand boundaries. So there's people who have literally, blocked me or, ghosted me, and I'm just like, they must have a reason. I'm not going to beg people. You want to go, go. I'm not going to try to keep you here. And do you really think that my day is going to stop because I lose some person on the internet that I don't know who they are? No. Sorry, not sorry. I would rather have 20,000 followers that had the same ideals and somewhat way of thinking than 100,000 where 50,000 of them just followed because of a cat video. So, good night, Richard. Yeah, she'd be a mouthy all of a sudden. I gotta call him in 8 minutes. 8 minutes. For the love of Christ. Well, yeah, that's accurate. That's accurate too, though. You don't rip out my nose ring again, please. Um, what are you doing? You want up here? He's jamming my finger down his throat. What are you doing? You're trying. You're weird. Yes, quality over quantity any day of the week. No, I don't think I think that they take turns with the brain cell. Honestly, the weird part is we never get to see the one who's using it though. I think they all share it, and then the one who has it that day just I don't know what they do, but they don't ever show the brain cell. It's weird. Um, well, the Barney Teddy was moved, but it was notated in the supplemental report. So the Barney was underneath her head, and then in the supplemental report, it actually says Barney was under decedent's head and was moved to the nightstand. So that one, that's not a discrepancy because they actually notated in the supplemental report that the Barney had been moved. They did not, however, notate that the blanket had been moved or the pillows had been moved. That's the problem I have. So, yeah, the Barney was moved. They moved it. They notated that they moved it. But yeah, it's hard to take anything truthfully or realistically when you can see that the crime scene wasn't exactly done in the most proper of ways. Now, it could just be as easy as really sloppy fucking police work. And they could just be sloppy as hell. I mean, that's a possibility, but then you got to wonder if they were sloppy about that, what else were they sloppy with? Because there's a lot of things in those photos that don't make no goddamn sense. None. What does it mean if they moved the blanket that they could have moved other shit? They could have moved anything. If they move that, they could move anything. There's blood on that carpet that's not even marked. You can see it plain as fucking day and it's not marked. Look at the fucking hallway. The hallway's got about what, 20 spots that big? None of those have fucking evidence markers. Not in the crime scene photos. Weird. Why would you not evidence marker all the blood spots in the hallway? Why would you not evidence marker 90% of the fucking kitchen? The kitchen is coated in blood, y'all. Coated. There's a shit ton of blood in that fucking kitchen. But we just glossed right the fuck over that. Because it's always been, she was in bed, she was in bed, she was in bed, she was in bed. Why is there so much blood in the kitchen? If they killed her in the bedroom and they went to the bathroom, why is there blood in the kitchen? That makes no sense. They killed her in the bedroom. They washed off in the bathroom. The kitchen's on the ass end of the house. Blood everywhere. I don't know where she was killed. I feel like it wasn't there, but all we have is theories. All we have is theories. There is more to this than what we know, for sure. And then people get agitated that, we're stumped by it. We're stumped by it because there's shoddy fucking police work. There's shoddy fucking police work, period. What are you talking about, lemonade troll? When you are moving items in a crime scene and putting evidence markers on them where they don't belong, that is weird. People are going to talk about it. When there's not enough blood at a scene, people are going to talk about it. When somebody says they crawled through a window that is too small for them and is covered in shit in front of it that was not moved, people are going to talk. Good night. No, Nick's not gaining anything from hiding something in prison because all of his shit's exhausted. At this point, his one shot in hell is the Supreme Court if they take the case. On Morbid's Life, she said Dee Dee was fat, had no cancer, and was basically deserved what she got. So she did not have cancer actively when she died. And I don't know why people are, I'm not meaning to be rude, but I don't know why people are not reading correctly. Her cancer is in her medical history. History means beforehand. It does not say she had active cancer. It said she had a history of cancer. But she did. She didn't have it currently. What are you talking about? She was a bigger woman. Yeah, she was what, 5 foot, 5 foot or 5'2" and 255 pounds. That's not small. It's not, gargantuan, but it's not small. I mean, she's was she 5 foot or 5'2"? I always get confused. I think she was 5'2". Um, she's 2 inches taller than me and like 65 pounds heavier. So she'd be okay. So she would be. I mean, I'm chunky, so well, it said she weighed 255. I don't know what to tell you. It's in the autopsy. They weighed her, so I mean, they weighed her in the autopsy. What I'm confused about, though, just because I said the word autopsy, I'm confused. Well, there was that one part you glossed over, though. Maybe it's in the part you glossed over. My bad. Oh, there was a chick on Morbid's Live being ignorant. I've only been in Morbid's Live twice. Both times I was on the panel. I haven't been in his lives to see anybody acting like any kind of way. So her autopsy was in 2014, a year before she died. That was awesome. Well, good thing my alarm went off. That you can barely fucking hear. Shit. All right, hold on. I can't call him and the fucking phone's being used. All right, talk amongst yourselves. I'll be right back. If anybody wants a drink, I suggest you go out there and get it. Come on. I'm shutting the door, so you need to come on and know. I'm back. Okay. All right. So yeah, if you heard my dogs, that's what they sound like when they go out in the morning. I feel bad for my neighbors every morning, 3:30, havoc. Luckily, as soon as they get out there, they calm down after about 30 seconds. So once they get out there and they're running, they're good. But when they first get out that door, holy shit. Sydney cut up my foot yesterday, kicking off my foot. I turned so she would not kick off my foot, and she kicked off my foot anyway. So, no, my day ends at about 8, 9 in the morning. I get up in the afternoon and I go to bed around 8, 9, 10 o'clock in the morning. So this is the middle of my day. I got to take him to work. Then I go to the gym. Then I come home and I chill for a minute. And then I go to bed. He has not been caught yet. So this is not me being up at 3:30, being crazy or whatever. This is my normal. This is my daytime. It's like 3 o'clock in the afternoon for me, essentially. So all these tanks in here are fish. In my living room, I have my reptiles. So I have fish. There's more fish down that way. There's tank. And then I got reptiles out in the living room. Why do you keep erasing your messages? It's kind of weird. I never ate yesterday. Yep, I didn't eat it all yesterday. I had like 3 handfuls of Fritos about 3 hours ago. Whoops. I don't think you have anybody blocked. I mean, everything that you answered is, I don't think you have anybody blocked. Unless it's Elena Marino. Monica, I understand. I understand. Oh, that was on TikTok. Somebody said that. Somebody said that there was a Lyman somebody who was on Sir Morbid's live and said that Dee Dee's autopsy was in 2014 before she died. Yeah. So they also apparently have the IQ of a tuna fish. It's kind of hard to have an autopsy when you're still kicking. So everything's usually pretty calm on YouTube 95% of the time. 95% of the time. Hello. TikTok's where it gets weird. Ryan Lee TM on YouTube, by the way. Ryan Lee TM on YouTube. I'm not live on TikTok all the time. Oh, so to go into what I was talking about earlier before I got sidetracked by a dog trying to stick his tongue down my throat. I had a really long live yesterday. Let me tell you what that live was about. Number one, you only have to watch people love my rewatches, and really you only have to watch like the first, I think it's like 2 hours is a normal live. Basically what happened was there was some people talking in chat, having conversations in the chat, and I felt bad shutting it off. So I sat on my phone and looked up ellipticals for like 3 hours. Basically, I just let them talk in the chat, and I would like look over and comment sometimes. But like, it was not a live for like 6 hours. Thank you, Amy. Thank you for joining the membership. I basically barely talked for like 6 hours of the live. It was wild. People were vibing down in the chat, and I felt bad because I was sitting here doing nothing. I was looking something up on Amazon, and I felt bad, so I just left the live run. So it's not an actual live. It's literally some people talking in chat and me trying to find a under the desk elliptical, which I found finally after 3.5 hours. So that was good. I'm also going to get one of those little shaker plates because when I'm at Planet Fitness, I can't use it very long because I don't want to be in the red light too long because then it eats my tan. So, but anyways, let's see. Anything else before I? Oh, she added you. I'm not meaning nothing, but where the hell did you come from? Why are you one of the trolls? What did you do? Not meaning to say anything, but meaning to say something. If you have to make an entire playlist of trolls, you're the common denominator. I'm failing to see what you're trying to lay down because you're the common denominator in 15 people. So I don't know what to tell you. If you have a problem with, 15 people or creators on this app to a point that you do a 3+ hour live drawing all of them, you're the common denominator. Look in the mirror. He stares directly at the sun, but never in the mirror. I like that notification that came in and tried to say that somebody reported the live. That's not how it works. That's not how it works. I've been on live 3 years. I have lots of Taylor references. Ugh. As the notification says, that is how it works. Hell of a notification. It talks back to you. Notification telling me somebody reported the live, and then they're like, that is how it works. Are you a sentient AI being that you can answer my questions, notification man? I wanted to see, is it blink twice or don't blink? You're an AI. Okay, cool. No, it's somebody pretending to be a bot. Failing miserably, but pretending nonetheless. Yes, I wanted to see that movie, but it was not playing in town. I was so mad. I don't know. And end up somewhere. Probably in a padded room somewhere. No, they're not caught yet. They're still out here wandering around, supposedly behind a tree. That's the best they can tell us. See, I'm not even going to watch the Beetlejuice. It didn't need a sequel. It did not need a sequel. I did not need to wait 20 years for a sequel that it didn't need. I'm good. So, like, I'm not saying I didn't like the first one. I did, but I just don't feel like it needed a sequel. We just someone and our neighbor Rob a bunch of us. I think I got that. I had to think. I was like, "What's yeah, Rocky Horror Picture Show." Got it. I never liked that. That's not my jam. Chinese and pizza. That does not sound like it would go very well together. I'm picky. That could not work. Oh, okay, there you go. Well, they would have done an amazing job if they would have caught him and not waited, 3 days to send out the dogs. If they would have just got the damn dogs out there, I feel like we would have had at least a lead. Oh, you'll eat at different times? Ryan Lee TM on YouTube, as usual. I'm always on live on YouTube. I'm sometimes live on TikTok. So Ryan Lee TM, all one word on YouTube. I'm going to go TikTok. If you want to join the live, I'm still over there on YouTube. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There's a fucking delay. And there we go. All right. I do that because then they'll come over here. Or I get paid. They were Tim Burton, which is probably the reason why I don't like them. I don't like Tim Burton. I like his aesthetic, but I don't like Tim. There's not a movie by fucking Tim Burton I like. Beetlejuice is like the slight exception. Yoda! So, changing your name. Okie dokie. Come on. Come on. Let's go. Go on. Go on. Yeah, listen to that. It drives me nuts. I'm probably gonna have to when I leave the gym. I'm probably gonna have to stop and get some type of. I have not eaten. I didn't eat all day yesterday. I thought about it, but then every time I thought about it, I forgot. Being live on TikTok is hard. I have to keep leaning over to smoke. And then half the time I still get a violation anyway. Which is weird if you think about it because they can't see me doing it, but somehow I always get a violation. Meanwhile, I watch people smoke cigarettes non-fucking stop on there with no problem. Figure that out. I got donuts like 2 days ago. It's not a musical. I don't know, like I like his aesthetic, but it's just not my cup of tea. TikTok does kind of suck, and I've been trying to get everybody over here. I'm live over here all the time. Every time I go live, unless I'm in somebody's box, I'm on here. Sometimes I go live on TikTok, but I'm still live on YouTube when I do it. So, but I appreciate you. I took a bath earlier and now I'm cold. The bath was warm and now I am cold. So I was going to lay down, but I was like, no, I can't lay down on wet hair. So I feel like I need to do something. I don't like how yellow it is. I appreciate you. Yeah, I know. Some people don't get YouTube notifications. I'm usually live somewhere between 8 and like 1 in the morning. I'm trying to aim and do better. I was doing really good for my 8 o'clock lives. Then I went to 10. And then like the past week and a half, I've been getting on at like midnight. Some of the problem is that if sometimes I'll wait, like if we were supposed to, like today we were supposed to go to the gym, but he got home really late and had to go to bed. Normally I would get him in bed and then go to the gym 9, 10, 11 o'clock at night. And so I don't get home until stupid. TikTok gift goals? No. Here's my thing. Sorry, Kim. Here's my thing. I tell people this all the time. Like, if you want to help out creators, send to their Cash App and Venmos. When you guys send gifts, we don't see, but like 50% of it. So no, you're not going to see me on a live asking for people to send gifts because they're sending half that gift to TikTok. And it's not about the fact that I'm not getting all the money. It's about the fact TikTok gets paid enough fucking money. Same thing with YouTube. If you want to help if you like truly want to help a creator and not just see your name that you gave a creator or something, if you want to truly like be like, hey, I appreciate you, Cash App and Venmo, because then we actually see the money and it doesn't get, half of it taken away for no fucking reason. So yeah, I don't do battles or anything like that because I don't want people's money going to TikTok. I've had people literally go in my YouTube bio and find my information and just randomly tip me, which I appreciate. Um, I'm not a big pusher for the gifts on TikTok or YouTube because we only see like half of it. You're paying TikTok, you're paying YouTube. I don't want your guys' money to go to that. If you're going to buy a $5 gift on Cash App, it's smarter to send the creator the $5 than it is. You know what I mean? Hello. Were you the one who just went and changed your name? Or are you just coming in? Yeah, I feel weird getting on there and be like, send gifts. Like, a tip your host every now and then isn't that bad, but like redundantly doing it is too much. And I just don't like that you guys are going to be, like half your money is going to go to YouTube or TikTok. Oh, there you are. There's M. Yeah, all it says is M. That's all I see. Yeah. If you really want to help a creator and not just have your name show up that you helped the creator, if you're doing it for reasons to be recognized, know that half your money is going to TikTok. Congratulations. If you want to just, you know, support a creator, send a note, that's smarter in my opinion. But hey, if you are happy with half your money going to TikTok or YouTube, then so be it. But I feel like I need to warn people because a lot of people don't know that. A lot of people think that we get all the gifts. We do not. We do not get all the gifts. Not even close. We get like 60 to 70% of it. They take anywhere from high 30s to mid 40s of it. Literally, I can watch people gift all night. Just gift, 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 and I'll make a buck 50 when they're sending the little roses and stuff. I'll make like a buck 50. It's not. I've had lives where I make good money, but few and far between. You got to have a steady room of a lot of people. No, I didn't like the beginning of the first Labyrinth. I wouldn't watch the second one. I'm not a David Bowie fan. Obviously, he won't be in this one, but still, not really my cup of tea. They take part of our memberships too. Anything that comes through YouTube is taxed. They tax our memberships, they tax our super chats, they tax our ad revenue that they keep. We have to pay our own taxes. So basically what happens is they take out their cut, they give us our full cut, and then tax time comes and we have to pay taxes on what we get, and we have to pay taxes on it because YouTube makes you sign a tax form. So the government knows you're getting paid and there's a record of them paying you. So if you do not pay your taxes on YouTube, you're being fraudulent. So um, they don't tax it ahead of time. They take their cut. So YouTube takes their cut, gives you your cut, and then you pay on your cut. Yeah, Twitch asked me if I wanted to be monetized. I'm not over there enough to care. So I was like, no. And I've never done the creator fund in TikTok neither. I've had four accounts that could have been monetized on TikTok, but there's no point because I get banned all the time. So when you start getting violations and stuff, they can freeze your account, they can keep your account, they can do whatever, and I ain't even about that. I ain't even about that. So I never did the creator fund. Yeah, just put your PayPal, your Cash App, your Venmo. All my shit's in my bios. Sometimes I'll throw it in here or whatever, but usually I just leave my join up there so people can get memberships. Yep, that's exactly it, Kels. That's exactly it. It's an independent contractor. So as an independent contractor, you have to basically do the I-9 or whatever. W-9, I-9, whatever. What, M? What does that say? Oh, I get it. Yeah, no, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing that. No, I'm good. I realize I have a niche. There's chubby chasers out there, but no, I'm good. I'm good. I would put a niche, but I'm good. I am not a fan. I spend all my times in leggings, t-shirts, and hoodies. You would not want to see my feet. I cut off all my toenails. Yeah, Reddit would love that. No, I don't. I don't watch a lot of her content. Yeah, I don't. Most of the people that I felt like I don't know. I don't really even see a lot of that. There's things to grab onto. So I'm a little I'm a little confused how you could fall off if you're holding onto the chain. Someone don't teach her how to jump off. She probably like snap a neck or something. Hmm. I'm gonna have to go in there shortly and get him up. I'm trying to talk to him about something. He's being about it. Can you swing without your hands if you want to crack your head open? You kind of have to have that, motion. And I don't think you can do that without hands. You'd flip off. All right. I'm gonna go get ready to take him and go to the gym and whatnot. So, well, yeah. If you don't, then you'd still flip off, dude. All right. I'm gonna get off here. I will be on again tomorrow or later or whatever. I'll talk to y'all later.